Sandy Says Read, and welcome to the channel. Also, welcome to National Poetry Month. If you're new to the channel, if you're just finding me because of National Poetry Month, welcome. This is a booktube channel that does bookish things all the time. I have book reviews, booktube tags, bookish talks. We're going to start a series of live streams where we talk about bookish stuff with authors, editors, publishers, all that good stuff. But right now, we're going to focus on poetry. I welcome you guys to read and write poetry this month, every day of the year, but especially this month. The poets.org website has just a ton of information and resources to help you find new ways to access poetry, to work poetry into your everyday schedule, to write more poetry with poetry prompts, and just there's a ton of information at that website. Poets.org does not sponsor this video. They are not sponsoring this channel. It's just a good website that, well, because that organization started National Poetry Month, that is the place where you're going to find all the information. Okay, so poets.org is where you want to go. I will put that link in the drop-down box. But I want to point out a couple of things specific to National Poetry Month that we're going to be celebrating here on the channel and that you might want to celebrate too. For example, Poem in Your Pocket Day. Doesn't that sound nice? Poem in Your Pocket Day takes place April 18th. So on the 18th, I'm going to upload a specific video with a specific poem that I just found intriguing. And there's a reason it's intriguing. So on the 18th, you'll find out why, and that'll be cool. But on the poets.org website, they have all kinds of ways that you can incorporate this Poem in Your Pocket Day into that day, and ways you can have a poem in your pocket or on your social media feeds or however, okay? So I encourage you to go to poets.org and look at specifically the link that talks about Poem in Your Pocket Day on April 18th, which I think is a Thursday, if I remember right. Okay, the next item on my list, you guys, I have notes. If you're new to the channel, let me explain. I'm ancient, so I need notes to make sure I don't completely lose track of everything we're doing here. All right, so with the notes, I'm also wanting to mention for you guys the online gala reading on the very last day of April, April 30th, the poets.org, the group, the American Poets Society, they're going to have Poetry and the Creative Mind, which is an online event. There's going to be just a bunch of celebrities come together to read poetry and basically enjoy and celebrate poetry online. And everyone in the public is invited to attend. It is a free online event. So you can sit at home in your pajamas with a cup of cocoa, if it's still cold where you are, with a glass of wine, whatever you want. You can sit at home and watch this event and listen to the poetry and absorb it and let it just be a wonderful experience, okay? I will put a link to the Eventbrite site in the drop-down box below. Now, it's you do need to sign up through Eventbrite, but it's a free event. It is free to the public. They are taking donations. They encourage donations, well, because the Poets Society, they take collections. They take donations and they collect those to help with education and funding schools and teachers and different nonprofit organizations. You can check that out at the poets.org website. Okay, but anyway, the gala reading takes place April 30th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and there's going to be just a bunch of celebrities whose names I forget right now because I didn't write them down in the notes. And I'm ancient, so I can't remember all of them. But that should be, that should just be a lovely, peaceful, calm experience, I would think. I'm hoping that it's just going to be a lovely experience to have folks just reading and enjoying poetry. I know that here on this channel, we typically focus on books. We focus on novels and novellas. And I've also talked about short stories and novella compilations, right? But typically we talk about books and classics, that kind of literature here on the channel. We don't typically focus on poetry unless it's April, right? And it's kind of a shame. We should probably have more more moments where we talk about poetry here on the channel, because it is just, it can be such a lovely and calming, influential form of the written word. That lyrical moment can just be lovely. And I like that. I have written poetry. I have written some really sucky bad poetry, but I've also written poetry that has won awards. So it is another medium that just lets me express, get some feelings out, right? And that is a good thing for us all. You guys, thumbs up for National Poetry Month. Please join me here on the channel on Sunday nights, especially. Sunday nights, we'll be doing live streams at 6 p.m. Eastern, where I'll be reading poetry in celebration of National Poetry Month. I encourage you guys to please leave some suggestions, some recommendations in the drop-down box below. Nope, in the comments field below. Leave me some suggestions in the comment field. What would you like to hear? What would you like for me to share poetry-wise here during the month of April? So each Sunday evening, what poem would you like for me to read and share with the community? Let me know. Probably not going to read all of The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. That's kind of long. I don't know if everyone wants to hear me read that whole thing, but please give me some suggestions of what you would like to hear here on the channel, and we will share and enjoy just lovely poetry together. Thumbs up, and thank you for subscribing, and I will see you on Sunday evening.